Stay away, my lord. The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
The Sony march towards the PC platform continues, and things seem to be on a bit of a roll. After the shocking port that was The Last of Us, Sony knocked it out of the park with both Helldivers 2 and Horizon Forbidden West. So there is hope among people like myself that Sony is finally getting a grasp of the vagaries of the platform. With that in mind, I was cautiously optimistic about Ghost of Tsushima's debut on the platform. Would it continue the roll, or would it once again be a case of Sony tripping over themselves? Well, good news, Samurai fans. For the most part, this is a pitch-perfect port that takes advantage of the PC platform in ways PC players expect. That said, and I want to get it out of the way quickly, there are some fumbles that will annoy players, depending on their view of the world. The first and foremost is the PSN account requirement. Now, for me, I don't really care. What's another sign-in on my PC? I mean, I'm already signed into about 1 million different ecosystems, stores and sites, so what's one more? But for many, the need to do this, even if it is only for multiplayer, is an annoyance that doesn't have to be there. Where you stand on the issue will determine how prohibitive this choice by Sony is. The other issue I came across were a few little tech problems here and there. Minor things for the most part. There was some clipping and texture drop that I don't remember from the original release. There was the occasional instance of a button press not registering during standoffs. And once or twice the enemy AI got itself caught on the scenery. All of this is very, very minor, and I suspect it will be sorted quickly. Continuing on the tech side of things, the good news is that Ghost of Tsushima takes advantage of the power of the PC platform. A stunning game looks even better at 4K, 120 frames a second, and in ultra-wide resolutions, let me tell you. Speaking of ultra-wide, it uses those resolutions very well. Better than most games if I'm honest. This is primarily because all the cutscenes are in-engine and not pre-recorded, so they can automatically adjust out of the 16:9 resolution. It is a small detail, but one I appreciated. It's always a little jarring when playing in ultra-wide, and then the game shrinks back to 16:9 for some story exposition. The detail levels are a little bit below what is the current standard, especially in things like the characters' faces. This is particularly noticeable since I just came off playing Horizon Forbidden West, but it does pay to remember that Ghost is a PS4 game, not current gen. One thing that hasn't aged at all is the art direction. The flowing winds, the stunning vistas, the amazing weather, all of it is breathtaking, and honestly I don't know of a game that has surpassed it in these areas. It really is one of those games that playing in photo mode is a must. Gameplay wise, things are still exactly as you remember. Part Assassin's Creed, part 1960s samurai flick, Ghost of Tsushima does a lot of things right, but not too many that are groundbreaking. This is a familiar game for many, but that didn't lessen my enjoyment levels. There is a joy in stalking through long grass and picking off enemies one by one until you get spotted, and an all-out battle ensues, which is why this sort of gameplay is in so many titles. The game also suffers a little bit from Ubisoft-itis, in that there's a very large map with a whole lot of question marks dotting the landscape. So if you find that sort of thing tedious, you can probably walk past Ghost of Tsushima. There is one thing that Ghost does better than just about any other open world out there, and that is the in-game UI. Or should I say the complete lack of UI. A small health ability bar is it. Everything else is beautifully incorporated into the environments themselves. The real highlight of this minimalist design is the guiding wind. There is no minimap, just the direction of the wind to guide the player, and it works beautifully. If you were using a PS5 controller on your PC, you can simply brush your finger across the touchpad to get a gust of wind that will point you in the right direction. If you're using an Xbox controller, it's a little bit more awkward as you need to hold up on the D-pad and press the right stick forward. It does the job, but if you have a PS5 controller, you probably want to use it for this game. If Ghost of Tsushima is something you've already experienced, then the PC version probably isn't enough to get your money for a second time. If you missed it the first time around though, it is a fantastic adventure that is even better on a powerful computer. The minor tech issues, that will likely be patched quickly, do nothing to detract from what is an excellent piece of entertainment. The art direction is second to none, the UI amazing, and the moment-to-moment gameplay exciting. The structure isn't original, but it is a great example of this sort of game. And to add everything to the top, the voice acting is high quality. Ghost of Tsushima is a fantastic title and a great PC port. One that shouldn't be missed by any open world fan with a solid gaming rig. Special thanks goes to Sony PlayStation Australia for handing over a key for Steam for Ghost of Tsushima. Thank you for joining us for this review. You can check out the written version on player2.net.au. Head over there, check out all our other reviews, videos, opinion pieces, podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things that we decide to put up there. Like and subscribe the video down below. It helps us greatly. And maybe check out the video in the left of your screen there. It is worth checking out. Thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you next time on Player 2.